The Wi-Fi is suspiciously sketchy in the Lake District, so I think I'm just going to hang around this area and hopefully the connection works. But yeah, I was just on a walk right now, and I just made this video, so I'm going to drop a video 6 p.m. UK time this evening. Dude, I just went on a esoteric Casanovian tirade. I actually believe it's one of my best videos that I've ever made. I'm going to drop it at 6 p.m. UK time. I just felt really in tune with myself, with my hashtag feelings. I was just saying shit, and as I was saying the shit, I was like, wow, I've really elevated, like I've really matured as an individual. And yeah, I wanted to immortalize it in a piece of art that I'm going to then send to you at 6 p.m. UK time on this channel. So make sure you subscribe, you got those notifications turned on, because I truly believe this video will change your life completely. It changed my life as I was speaking it. So yeah, enjoy that, 6 p.m. UK time. It's uncut as well. So something that I've really learned as well by doing these live streams, how much I enjoy just speaking uncut. So all the videos that I've made previously, you know, like the videos when I'm talking to camera, I've always spent time editing them. Yeah, I've always done them like edits and stuff, whatever. I think there's just something way more raw and authentic about me just picking up the camera and just pressing play. You know what I mean? Like no fancy edits. I feel as though that's what people want these days, just raw, authentic, unfiltered expostulations. I don't know, I just feel as though that actually gets you into my I feel like that allows me to tap into my aura better. So anyway, I've titled this one, How I Know That I'm Ready for a Girlfriend. Hopefully this one's going to resonate with a lot of people, because I know there is a lot of guys in this space and they almost feel ashamed. They almost feel guilty for wanting to have a girlfriend. I think it's become popular in this red pill manospheric space to just be getting through as many girls as possible. Casual sex is promoted heavily online. It's like, oh, you know, to be a high value man, you just have to have a lot of casual sex. And look, I've been through that phase, and this is not a how-to video. This is a I'm just documenting where I'm at in my life at the moment, and then you can do whatever you want with this information. Like, you might be in a stage in your life right now where I was at 23 years old, where I just wanted to have a lot of sexual experiences. I wanted to almost make up for lost time. Yeah, I didn't have any romantic sexual experiences when I was growing up. I was completely irrelevant. I was as aimless as a bubble growing up, like in the Lake District. I didn't have friends. I didn't have romantic options. I always felt like the black sheep or just an ostracized little kid. So I saw cold approach, I think as many of us do, as a way of making up for lost time. And after having a lot of conversations with a lot of very good friends of mine and being on my own journey as well, I feel like this is only going to resonate with you if you've actually lived through this. I think if you're a virgin right now, what I'm saying is probably not going to resonate with you that much, because it's like a millionaire telling people money won't make you happy. I do think you need to go through it to understand it. I do think there's value though as well in finding that ride or die, like finding that girl who you meet at like 20 years old and then you just do life together. I think that ride or die is super valuable and super rare in our current world. But I think the majority of guys, so I'm just gonna take my glass off because that's better. Didn't even make any sense, to be honest. I just feel better, like nothing on my face now. I can speak properly. That just does not make any sense. But no, I feel as though the majority of guys who are watching this stuff, you probably had experience, and maybe you've got to the stage in your life now where you're starting to have that epiphanova that casual sex just doesn't really do it for you anymore. Like, you're having these casual relationships and you feel somewhat empty after the experience is finished. That's the place that I'm in my life right now, and I've had a lot of conversations with God about this topic, and I've put it into the ether, right? I'm a big believer in speaking things into existence. That's why I always bang on to you about creating your personal Renaissance document, like writing down in crystal clear detail the person who you want to become. Because this shit is alchemy. Yeah, affirmations are alchemy, because when you write it down, you refer to yourself in the third person as though you've already done it. Like, Kristian has just met a wife-worthy woman. Kristian has just attracted a gob-smackingly gorgeous girlfriend, and they're traveling the world together, and she is a an advocate. She is a Casanovian. Yeah, like I want the girl who I decide to do life with. I'm not saying like the one. I don't believe in the one, but I do believe in the notion of soulmates, and I believe that there are women who have been put on this earth specifically for us, and part of our masculine journey is to find these women. But look, I want that girl. I want that girl who's a supporter of me, who's a supporter of the mission of the channel. Like, I want her to come on the channel and we do live streams together, and just to inspire guys. Because I think that's inspiring, to be honest. Like, I'm thinking about my good friend George. George, if you're watching this, then big shout out to you. You're fucking inspiration, you and Katie. Just the time that I've spent with George and Katie, I'm watching their relationship. I'm watching how their relationship has blossomed. I'm looking at George and how he's transformed as an individual, as he's been in a relationship with Katie. I'm just like, yeah, there's something here. You know, there's something special about this. There's a reason why we've been put on this earth to procreate and to pair bond. Yeah, rather than having these casual relationships just because we're scared of going all in with one woman. It's easier to have casual relationships, right? It's easy to be playing the field and having these casual relationships because you get the sex, but you don't have to worry about getting your heart broken. But I don't think that's what God's plan is. I certainly don't think that's what God's plan is for me. I don't think that in this season of my life at 27 years old, I feel as though I've passed that stage. You know, I feel as though I've evolved. And again, this is not me like shitting on that, because you might be in a position in your life where you still want to play the field. You still want to have that romantic abundance, and well, it's not romantic abundance. You want to have that sexual experience. But one thing I would caution you on was, a reason why I wanted to get sexual experience was because when I did find that wife-worthy woman, I wanted to be able to blow her away with my experience. But then a good friend of mine said to me, Kristian, the woman who you eventually get with and is that wife-worthy woman, you don't want her to know what an experienced guy is like. Because for that to happen, she would also need to have had experience herself. So you don't want a girl who knows what an experienced guy is like. All this like, oh, you know, I'm getting points on the board, using these girls for like batting practice. Then when I do find the one, or I do make that cosmic connection, then she's gonna be blown away by my fucking sexual prowess. All this fucking nonsense, which I used to believe in, which I don't believe in anymore. I just think that it doesn't actually matter when it comes to, you know, you find that woman you just click with, and it's like you can grow together, you can have those experiences together. I think there's something beautiful in that. So I know in my life now that I am ready for a girlfriend. The thing is as well, I'm not saying that I'm going to find her tomorrow. Yeah, I'm exercising patience. It's like, because I'm doing a lot of traveling, you know, I did like 20 countries last year. Like, there are plenty of girls out there for me. And I know that I'm ready to receive a girlfriend because I've mastered the art of cold approach, yeah? I have this abundance mindset now because I've had a lot of relationships, a lot of which have been casual. I've had long-term relationships. I've had relationships as well where I do regret how they ended up because I didn't show up properly in those relationships. I look back at girls who, they were good girls, you know, they were girls who I could still be with now, but, you know, everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens to you. Everything happens for you. God's plan is greater than my own. But I'm taking all the good bits, like all the things that I've learned from relationships, whether those relationships were casual or long-term, like all of these have served a purpose because they've demonstrated to me what I want and don't want in women, in relationships. And now that I have this abundance mindset, abundance being not always having, but knowing I can have, I'm never going to be needy in my life again. Yeah, if I am dating a girl and she's not ticking my boxes, if she's a girl, I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, nah, she's not the one. Like, she's not that person for me. I've got no problem calling it off because I've got that abundance mentality. I know if it's not her, it's going to be someone else. And this is not done in like a red pill draconian way, like, oh, it's us versus them. We all just want the best deal for ourselves, right? We all just want the best deal for ourselves. But most people are living their lives like fucking accidents. And I've done it myself. Like, I've fallen into relationships because I didn't have options. I think the best relationships are born from a place of abundance. It's a case of I want you rather than I just want someone. But I wouldn't have this mindset. I wouldn't know I'm ready for a girlfriend if I hadn't gone through this hero's journey. If I hadn't actually put the cold approach reps in, I wouldn't be ready for a girlfriend. Like, the 23-year-old version of me who was living in that grotty apartment in Central East, that guy was not ready for a girlfriend. I only believe that, I think, to be honest, it's been since the start of this year. I think since the start of this year, my relationship with God has improved. My relationship with myself has improved. I know myself more now. I think that's what confidence really is. Like, as well as being optimism in the absence of certainty, it's just knowing yourself, you know, being comfortable in your own skin, being prepared to walk away from the relationships that no longer serve you. There's a big fucking tractor coming down here, mate. Yeah, we're gonna, you'll be able to see the tractor. But like, all I'm thinking about now is a fucking tractor. That must be a sign from God. Maybe I'm gonna marry a farm girl. Maybe she's on the back of that tractor. Look at that big fucking tractor, man. This is what you get when you're in the Lake District, man. That's the only thing we can approach out here. It's just fucking tractors. But no, I know in myself now. I know in myself now that I'm ready to receive a girlfriend because I've got that abundance mentality. I learned this as well from a friend of mine. So I've spoke about him in the past. A guy, I think we called him Richard. I worked with him in London last May. He'd just come out of a 10-year relationship, re-entered the dating market, not having a fucking clue how things worked. He met his girlfriend, his long-term girlfriend, down the pub. Then we worked together in May, and now he's dating this beautiful girl who's 7 years younger than him. And he said this is the best relationship he's ever been in. It supersedes that 10-year relationship. Why? Because he now has abundance mindset. He knows if this relationship doesn't work, he's got the abundance to walk away. Yeah, that's that. I think that is worth so much, and maybe that would actually. Now that I think about it, maybe that would be the counter argument to the guy who finds that ride or die. Maybe he would get more needy. Like maybe he would be needier than I am because he's not actually played the field. He's not learnt through repetition. He's not proved to himself that he can be the man who can. So I think that's I think that's an epiphanova which has just got to me. So yeah, maybe that is an argument. Maybe that is a solid argument, which is like, right, you know, you need to, I've made the point before, so I'm going to use that again because actually it's useful here. Master cold approach so you can forget about women. Like master the art of cold approach so you can forget about women. Like, dude, I don't know about you, yeah, but you don't want to be, I should say, I don't want to be the guy who's parading around the pavements for the next 20 years of my life. Like, I don't want to get to 50 years old and still be doing this. Like, I'll probably be creating content, I'll probably be creating art to some capacity, but I'm just going to have evolved. Yeah, I'm not going to be going around fucking Oxford Street at like 50 years old because that's not the person that I would want to be anymore. But if you're that person because maybe you started at a different point, then that's fine. I think, look, we're all operating on our own timeline, yeah? So that's important. Like you can't judge your final chapter, or your first chapter by someone else's final. So we're all operating on our own timeline. So if you are a 50-year-old guy right now and you're just starting your journey, then it's completely fine for you to actually be putting the reps in and going out to these places. But we're all operating on our own timeline. I think that's what's important because I think it's easy, especially in the online space, to just be, hello. Oh, that's really cute. There's a dog behind me. I think it's super easy. I think it's super easy in the online space to like be flooded in the comparisons. Yeah. Oh, well, this person said this or this like all this is when I'm speaking to you, it's just it's just me documenting my life experiences, documenting my own opinions. I'll probably look back in a year's time on myself and be like, yeah, I don't actually agree with that anymore. This is just me expostulating from the place that I am right now, and hopefully that's useful. But no, in terms of me feeling as though I'm ready for a girlfriend, I think you just feel it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you just know in yourself that it's just like, it's this feeling. I don't feel like it's something which just happens. I feel as though it's been a process of me being on this journey, having relationships, having casual relationships, having long-term relationships, discovering myself through being in relationship, and then being able to make an informed decision based off where I'm at now. But yeah, I'm really using this live stream to speak to you, to speak to God, and to speak to a future version of myself. And I think it'd be quite fun as well to actually look back at these live streams where I'm putting that intention out there, because I think as well, and this might sound like really fucking obnoxious and arrogant, but I think it's true. And I think I've earned my arrogance. I think I've earned it. You know, I think I've done far more than most people are ever going to do, especially when it comes to this space. So I think I've earned that arrogance. It's like Nietzsche. I do think that I'm going to make a fucking great boyfriend. Like, I really believe that, because it's not like when I say I'm going to make a great boyfriend, I don't mean that, oh, I'm going to be like buying her fucking flowers every day and like, you know, taking her out for expensive dinners. It's like, for the first time in my life, I actually feel worthy of myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, I actually feel worthy. I actually feel as though I feel worthy to receive love from the feminine, but also I feel ready to receive love from myself. Like, for the first time in my life, I'm not talking about like the first time in my life, like today, like right now, But like for the first time in my life, like in this particular season, I actually do unconditionally love and respect myself. I love and respect myself. I love and respect women. I'm going out there and life feels a lot more effortless now. Like obviously, dude, like you don't see behind the scenes. Like I'm working like a fucking savage every single day. Like obviously I'm doing these live streams. I'm coaching my guys. I've got the Entourage. I'm traveling. I'm spending time with my mum. Like, you know, there's a lot of shit going on. A lot of shit that people don't see. And I'm not saying this to be like fucking virtue signaling. Like I fucking love every minute of it. But everything that I've done, I view it as preparation for who I've become now. And like, I do believe that I'm going to make an incredible boyfriend because everything that I've known, like, I understand how the world works now. Do you know what I mean? I understand that everyone is motivated by self-interest. We all just want the best deal for ourselves. I understand frame control. I've become fluent in the language of the feminine. Like, I understand how women work. I understand how I work. I understand a lot more than I did when I was first starting this journey, which I think you'd expect. You know what I mean? It's like if you've been on this journey for as long as I have and you've done and put as many reps in, like you'd expect that. But I don't know. I think there's people who've been on this journey for a lot longer than I have, and they don't have a lot to show for it because I think they're not critical thinkers and they're not critical observers of themselves. I do think that I've got, I think there's a fucking horse behind me. I think I've got a lot of self-awareness, especially for my age. I feel like when people will meet me in person, I had this really nice lady actually, and she said, "Morning." I had this nice lady that I met her in London, and she was like, "You have like an old soul." I didn't know what the notion of old soul actually meant. You have an old soul. And she was basically saying like you've got emotional maturity, like you're light years ahead of your age. Dude, we've had so much on this live stream. We've had a tractor, a dog, and a horse. This is how you get your social reps in the Lake District in the morning. Just say good morning to people. It's a lot more different as well, like here. Like it's just very normal, especially in the country, to just be like, "Hi, good morning. Hi, how are you? You got a nice dog. Hi, nice horse." It's just a different world out here, man. Do you know what I mean? It's like when I go to the mighty metropolis of London, it's like, fuck, it's like carnage, it's like absolute chaos. But no, I feel as though, look, I hope that this message resonates with you. Like, I feel as though I'm in a position in my life right now to receive a girlfriend. I don't really care how long it takes. Like, I'm not in a rush. I'm able to exercise patience. But I think this doesn't mean that I'm not going to be going on dates. But I think it just means that I'm just going to be a lot more selective about the women who I invite into my life. Like I'm viewing it as the women that I meet are auditioning to become part of my reality. Like she is auditioning for the role of capital G girlfriend. And again, this is not some like misogynistic comment. It's like, we all just want the best deal for ourselves, right? Like I want to know, dude, especially if you think that this is a woman who you could potentially have a family with, like, dude, you want to be vetting that woman. You want to make sure that she is ticking your boxes. You want to make sure that she's wife-worthy material, because if I have a daughter with that woman, my daughter is going to take on the traits, the characteristics and beliefs and mindsets and values of this woman, which is why I say, like, dude, be careful, like who you're actually spending your sexual energy upon. Yeah, be careful who you're spending your time with. Like, you know, all this like casual sex and stuff, like it does get old. And there's a lot of issues, a lot of problems. Like, you know, if you're having a lot of casual sex, like unwanted pregnancies, STDs, you know, there's a lot of risk involved. Like, you know, obviously just be fucking safe and use protection and all that shit. But yeah, it does get old. And I've certainly passed that phase now. But look, if you're watching my content and you're still in that phase, then that's cool. Like, I'm not making this to like, to ostracize anybody. I'm not making this to shame anybody. I'm just like, right, this is where I'm at. I've played the field for a long time. I've had a lot of experiences. I've made up for lost time. I've satiated that need within myself because that's the only reason really that I was having a lot of casual sex. It was just to feel validated. You know, I think that's the wrong reason to actually have sex with people. It was from a place of ego. I was like, and that's the problem, like with validation, it's never enough. You know what I mean? It's like you always need more. I think just to bring it full circle, that's how I know, like, because I'm in a place right now where I'm operating from a place of wholeness rather than from a place of lack. Like, I actually love and respect myself. I've accepted who I am as an individual, like all the baggage that most guys are dragging around with them, like dirty laundry in a dirty tumble dryer. I've just made peace with it all. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've made peace with it all. I've accepted everything about myself. I I'm living for an audience of one. I'm my own biggest cheerleader. If people don't like me, oh, fuck them. I honestly could not give two shits. When I started this journey, I really did care because I wanted social validation. I wanted approval. Now, after going through this journey, that's why I say, like, this journey, like cold approach, it'll change your fucking life if you actually apply yourself. You're going to learn so much about yourself. Like, you're going out there, you're putting yourself through the social fire. You are learning about how to deal with rejection, emotional resilience. Oh, things are not going your way right now. What are you going to do? You're going to cry? Are you going to conquer? Are you going to wallow? Or are you going to win? It's like everything that I've learned, like I owe it to cold approach. Like this discipline of cold approach, it'll always have a special place in my heart. And when I have a son or sons, I'm going to teach them how to do this shit. I'm not going to call it day game cold approach. It's just going to be social skills, and they're going to learn it early because they're going to have the childhood that I didn't have. You know what I mean? Like I want all this shit to be normal for them. My kids are going to be #naturals. That's funny. But no, I just think that's important. But yeah, that's the place that I'm in my life right now. If you resonate with this, great. Maybe as well, like you're just not ready to receive this message. Maybe you're 24 years old and you're living in Grimsby and you just want to get out there and just have a lot of experience, and fucking do that, mate. Like, do that and enjoy yourself. Like, I think it's just the final thing that I'll leave you with. There's no rules to any of this stuff. You know, we are the architects of our own lives. We are the writers of the rules. Reject anything from your reality that doesn't resonate with you. You know, take the good bit and just leave the fucking bones. But no, hopefully this one's been useful, boys. If you have enjoyed it, just do me a favor, like the live stream. It tells me that you enjoy these esoteric rants. Hopefully you enjoy the new backdrop as well. But yeah, 6 p.m. UK time, I'm going to drop an absolute certified Casanovian classic onto your screen, which is going to change your fucking lives. Like I say, it changed my life as I was expostulating. So yeah, 6 p.m. UK time, I'm going to drop an absolute banger. Watch it all the way through. Leave a comment, like it. Just do all the YouTubey shit, man. All that YouTubey shit, I appreciate you. And what else was I going to say? Oh yeah, the final thing was, if you want to tap into the free coaching session that I'm going to run, then DM me the word vault. So that's VAULT. Ha, spelling, bro. Yeah, VAULT. DM me the word vault on Instagram. My Instagram is @KristianMagician. I'll link everything below. DM me the word vault on Instagram if you want to tap into the free coaching session that I'm going to run. But yeah, I'll speak with you again tomorrow, doing the daily live streams every single day. Very soon, I'm going to be in Bangkok. That's going to be a crazy one. I wonder if I find my wife worthy woman in Bangkok. I might do. Anyway, love you. Bye.